recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivial Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivial Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list. Oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivial Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan and we are live at SparkleCon. That is right. We have a room full of people and we are going to have a magnificent time. To my left, Nick Groves is with us today. That is the appropriate response, though. I love that. Zahkia Mendoza is with us today. Kit Sekelsky is with us today. On my right, Buzzy Cohen's with us today. Carmela Smith is with us today. And Erin Barkley is with us today. So, we are going to have a fantastic time, and usually we do like full-on introductions, but we're kind of tightening things a little bit, so I'm only going to do 2 introductions. First, Buzzy, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
I live in Los Angeles. I'm originally from New Jersey, the Garden of Eden state. I have a lot of jobs. I'm a music supervisor, and I also host 2 podcasts for Jeopardy, Inside Jeopardy, and This is Jeopardy. I just wrote a trivia book that's coming out in the spring called Baby Got Facts. It's a 90s trivia book. Do you need more than that to be interesting about me? I think that's all pretty interesting.
That's pretty interesting. Now, is there any truth to the rumor that Buzzy is short for Buzzifer?
I will.
You know.
Is it too late to back out of this podcast? I'm like very quickly getting a better understanding of what's going on here, and I don't care for it one bit.
It is, in fact, too late, yes.
Tomfoolery.
I love it. All right, well, welcome, Buzzy, to the show. And I also want to introduce Kit Sekelsky. So, Kit, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Hello, I am Kit. I am from Kent, Ohio, and something fun about myself that you may or may not know, but if you're listening to this podcast, you know, but it's time for a reminder. If you go to triviacalendar.com. Oh, what? You've heard this before? All right, you can pre-order, or possibly, by the time this comes out, order your 2024 copy of the best desk calendar on the planet.
There we go. And the moon, like I said.
And the moon, according to Jonathan, who has a conspiracy theory that someone has taken our calendar to the moon.
It hasn't happened yet, but it should.
It's a very low-key conspiracy theory.
So, Pete, we didn't talk about cues before we started, but I'm about to say we're going to go to Warm It Up Chris, and that's when you play the Warm It Up Chris song, okay? Not yet. Not yet. Soon, though. Very soon.
Only I'm allowed to call him Pete. His name's Peter.
Beep. I'm sorry, Peter.
And that's how you take control. Total power play.
If you want control, we can swap. This would be so much easier for me.
I would like the guy that wrote the questions on my team. Yeah.
Oh, we are about to get started with our early segment called Warm It Up, Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris.
And?
Sometimes Jonathan.
All right, so.
I'm so happy you all found each other. Imagine all these people just wandering the world not knowing that the rest of their kin were out there.
That song was written by a listener, Matthew
Yeah.
Stevens. Shout out to Matt. Today's Warmed Up Chris question comes from Jeff Clear. It is one that we've used before in the past, so I want you guys to do well. And it is a music question. So, there are 26 artists who have been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame more than once. Most of them are for work as a solo act or part of a band, but some may be for being a member of two bands that have been inducted. One is inducted as a performer and a non-performer. I'm not going to tell you which one. So there are 26 artists like this. You're not going to name all 26, but we'll go a few rounds and see how many you can name. We're going to start to my far left, Mr. Nick Groves.
We'll go with Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney is obviously going to be a correct answer. Yes, sir. Then I want to hear from Zahkia.
Tina Turner.
Tina Turner. Tina Turner is correct. Well done. Kit, what do you got?
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks is correct. Well done. Buzzy, what do you have?
I already said I'm from New Jersey, so it's got to be Bruce. Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen, I don't see on the list.
Yes, he'd just be the solo
Unless
artist.
the list got cut off somewhere.
He was inducted as Bruce, and then
Right.
and then the E Street
And the E
Band
Street
was
Band.
inducted separately.
Well, then I'm going to have to say
But
that
Bruce isn't part of the E Street Band.
I don't have him listed as one of the people twice. I'm sorry. If it is correct,
No, it's probably
I
not
apologize.
correct. I'm literally turning red, and I'm about to walk out of here.
But we did get the chance to say Bruce, so that was worth something. Shout out to Waco for that, too.
shout out to my partner.
All right, Carmela.
We'll go with Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl is a correct answer for Nirvana in 2014 and the Foo Fighters in 2021. Erin.
I'm super glad you got to me before anyone said Eric Clapton because that is all I know.
Eric Clapton is our threefer. The Yardbirds in 92, Cream in 93, and Eric Clapton himself in 2000. Back over to Nick.
Yeah, that was. I had 4 of those 5. Who else would be on the list? The Eagles would be like, I don't know, Don Henley. I don't know.
Answer?
Yeah,
That is incorrect, my friend. Incorrect. Nobody's going to cheer for Nick being wrong?
that's not a thing. Why are you making that a thing?
It is now.
It doesn't have to be a thing.
Zahkia.
This is a real swag, and I'm hoping that NWA was inducted recently. I'm going to say the great Dr. Dre.
If that is true, it has not been updated since the question was pulled together, which I believe came in last year. So it might be true, but I don't have him on the list right now.
That's okay.
Kit Sekelsky, you're up.
Let's try Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan, not on the list. Not on the list. Okay. Buzzy, can we redeem ourselves?
The supergroup thing kind of got me going, so I'm going to go with Jeff Beck.
Jeff Beck is a correct answer. The Yardbirds in 92 and Jeff Beck himself in 2009. As a hint, that is a good way to go. There are other Yardbirds on the list.
Shut up.
Oh, what? Huh? All right, Carmela.
So I'm wondering if it's going to be the same problem that you had with Bruce. Prince, so as a solo act, and then Prince and the Revolution.
Prince is not a correct answer. No.
I disagree with your list.
I mean, it should be twice.
I mean,
for
it should
real.
just be twice for just Prince.
Yeah.
Like in his different outfits.
Right, right.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, Erin.
How about Roy Orbison?
Roy Orbison.
He was at the music quiz the other. Never mind.
No, Roy. Oh, jeez.
What this is telling us is that the Traveling Wilburys are not in the Rock and Roll.
Apparently not, right?
That is true because Roy Orbison not on the list. We're going to go through one more time. I want to get more right answers out of you guys this time. Nick, help me out.
Got bad news for you.
How about Tom Petty?
Tom Petty. We just said the Traveling Wilburys are not in. Tom Petty is an incorrect answer. Think about maybe some 70s folky kind
Why
of.
are you helping us in this warm-up round that doesn't matter at all in the term of the whole game?
Because I want you to feel good about yourselves.
It's a little late for that.
All right, Zahkia.
You said 70s folky, and I've got a 70s folky person, I think. Hopefully this opens the door for someone else. If Paul Simon is on there?
Paul Simon is on the list.
I was just thinking.
Simon and Garfunkel in 1990, and Paul Simon himself in 2001. Nope, yep, 2001.
What?
All right, Kit.
I would like to try Rod Stewart.
Ooh, The Small Faces / The Faces in 2012, and Rod Stewart in 1994. Correct answer. All right, Buzzy. Last chance.
David Crosby.
David Crosby is a correct answer.
I'm still, even every correct answer I get from here through the rest of the show, I'm still going to be mad about the Bruce Springsteen. I literally remember him being on stage and being like, I shouldn't have accepted it without the E Street Band. I'm sorry. I'm glad that this has been rectified years later.
Oh, no.
I really brought this whole entertainment podcast way down. Excuse me for having feelings.
David Crosby is a great pick, though. There's other people related to him you might like. Carmela.
Let's go with Phil Collins.
Ooh, Phil Collins. Phil Collins, not on the list.
Interesting.
Well, we know that there's a big bias against prog rock.
Oh, that's true. That's fair.
Which would preclude Genesis.
Yeah.
Right, is
Which
it
also means Peter
that he's not in
Gabriel's
at all? Is it that it's just him, or is it that it's just Genesis?
He has to be on twice. He's not on.
Right, but
we don't have
I
that
understand he's
information.
not- okay, that's fine.
Thank you,
You're
Buzzy.
welcome.
You did a good job.
Like I said,
I don't know.
I'm the
I thought you
captain
people
now.
were smart.
And Erin, finish us up.
Oh boy, how about Trent Reznor? Let's be super
Trent
random.
Reznor. That is not going to be on this
No,
list.
you don't know that. Look at the list.
I just looked.
Read the list,
He is
Jonathan.
not here. All right. Do y'all want to know who are on
You
the
want
list?
to open it up to the floor at all, or we not have time for that?
Oh yeah, I'll get a few answers from the floor. What do you got? I see Colin in the back. What do you got, Colin? Jimmy Page is a correct answer. There's some Yardbird action here. What do we got in the back? Michael Jackson? Yes, Michael Jackson is on the list.
That's a good guess.
Harley. Neil Young, yes, on the list. Andrew, you can fill it. Actually, yes, you can.
Buffalo Springfield.
But is there any way to
but
know
Neil-
what the names of the people in the band are?
Fun fact there, Crosby, Stills, and Nash are in.
Young is not.
Young did not get in with them, but he got in with Buffalo Springfield
Right.
and as Neil Young. Got another one over here. Carole King is on the list, and she was a songwriter and artist. More over here. John Lennon. Yes, John Lennon is on the list. Quincy Jones, not on the list. Not on the list.
Rude.
Stevie Nicks was given earlier.
Yep.
That's a yes. Another one? Peter Gabriel, yes. Peter Gabriel
I went
on
with the wrong
list.
Genesis guy.
So I assume Genesis.
So Genesis is
yeah,
in.
Genesis is in. Now we are putting together the
I went with
story
the-
as we're going
I went with
through.
the wrong Genesis guy.
All right, well, that is your warming up, Chris, for the episode. Thank you very much. We are going to get right into the game today and your matchups. It is going to be Nick, Zahkia, and Kit versus Buzzy, Carmela, and Erin. It is time to play the game.
Players. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
Wait, what have we been doing so far?
That was just a warm up.
Let's get it on indeed. All right, round 1, question 1. Your question comes from Nathan Hirschberger. Thank you, Nation.
Thank you, nation. To the nation.
Thank you, Nation Hirschberger. My words are bad. And speaking of that, category is words, words, words. I want you to tell me what single words fits the 2 following statements. First statement, it is the force that animates the universe in Taoism. Second statement, it is also an anime cat that goes on sweet adventures. Quote, sweet adventures. What single word fits both of those descriptions? So I forgot Mjolnir, which was terrible. I forgot, but Dustin did loan me Mini Mjolnir. I have Mini Mjolnir here, and I'm not afraid to use it. I need y'all to come to an answer in the next 30 seconds or so.
Our answer is locked in.
All right, they're locked in. Kit, Nick, Zahkia, talk out loud.
So we're trying to figure out possible answers here, and the only thing
aren't we all?
at the table?
Isn't that what the whole podcast is?
This is you, but it's different for me because I'm not going to come up with anything. I've got Taco Cat, which I don't think is right, but the driving force of the universe of Taoism being tacos is something that I can very much get behind.
I mean, I don't know much about the Tao of tacos, but Sweet Adventures made me think of a cat that's like on a Pop-Tart. And it goes, meow, meow, like the little song. So
And there's a GIF.
Yeah.
And it has a Pop-Tart coming from behind it. And Pop-Tarts are sweet.
Yeah, so we're thinking that's Nyan Cat.
Okay.
Yeah, so Neon.
Yeah.
N-Y-A-N is our unconfident answer.
Yeah, and we don't know what that word means, so it could be anything.
Nyan Cat. Okay. On this team, what do we have?
It was definitely not Nyan, although I am familiar with what you guys are talking about.
If that's right, I'm going to be upset because that was going to be a joke answer.
It's not Erin. It's okay.
Buzzy gave us Chi, which fits the first answer. None of us had any idea about the second part, so we went with what fit the first part. So we said Chi.
You said so. We have Nyan Cat versus Chi. Your correct answer is Chi. Yes. Chi's Sweet Adventures is absolutely an anime series with a wonderful little cat. Chi Yamada is the anime cat and is the inspiration for Chi, my girlfriend's cat, who you can follow at Introverted Cat Party on Instagram. Little self-promotion there. That was Introverted Cat Party. All right, round one. Question two. Question comes from Chris Osters. It is a geography question.
Geography.
It is weird, isn't it, Buzzy? Yeah.
I just got douche chills.
I don't know what that is. That might be a you thing.
I'll tell you when you're older.
All right, here's your question. What is the largest U.S. state capital in terms of land area and city population east of the Mississippi River that uses the letter P somewhere in its spelling? And I will give you a hint. This is city population and not in terms of metro population.
During night games in the month of June by a left-handed pitcher.
City, not metro. Largest city, state capital, east of the Mississippi with a P.
The capital is the P or the state is the P?
The capital has a P in it.
Has a P in it.
This is technically a multiple choice question.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a goodie.
Yeah. Locked in.
Oh.
Locked in?
Yeah.
Are you locked?
Locked in.
All right, they're locked in. You guys can talk out loud.
Now everybody can hear what we're saying.
What have you been thinking?
Ruh-roh.
We are naming states that are east of the Mississippi, we hope, and what we hope are their capitals. So far we have Annapolis, Montpelier, and Springfield. And Montpelier apparently is tiny.
Tiny.
Yeah.
And that is...
They all are kind of small.
They're all kind
Right.
of small. So, like, which one is the biggest of those three?
Everyone's looking at us like we've missed the really obvious one.
Don't
look at
help
them.
Audience, no giving looks to
Shut
Buzzy.
your faces.
Look
Open
away.
your faces.
This is a low stakes
album
game,
name.
everyone.
Yeah, there's no prize.
On the Price is Right.
I do not like that they hit on this strategy before we did.
Yeah.
What, use the live
Telling
audience?
people to open their faces.
Yeah.
Which is a really creepy sentence out of context.
Yeah.
You know what? It's not awesome in context.
Here's what I'll say. I feel like if you count the Naval Academy, right? Like sometimes a college population can boost.
Right. Yeah,
A
for
tiny
a
city.
good part of the year.
Are you saying that because of their faces or because are you game theorying what we said
No,
that's
I have
wrong?
nothing. I'm
Yeah.
Let's go. What do you think?
Where's Minnesota? That's west of the Mississippi, right?
St. Paul.
That's got a P in it.
That's
It
true.
does have
Yeah.
a P in it, and it's a big city. But
Hey, Jonathan, isn't there like a time limit on how much? they're
Sounds like
allowed to
we're about to
discuss?
lock in with something.
All right, I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Totally
All right.
apropos of nothing.
I like that we just came up with it, and that we're not sure which side of the Mississippi it's on, and that would be like a real dick answer.
All right, do we have?
Yeah, let's
Nick
do it.
seems nervous. Let's lock in.
Let's do St. Paul.
All right, so you guys are saying St. Paul. Kit, Nick,
We did-
Zahkia, what were you thinking?
We did also suggest St. Paul and that it would be a real dick answer if it was. Initially, Zahkia had come up with Annapolis as well. And then at the same time, I believe all three of us decided to add Indy before it and come up with Indianapolis.
You sick beep.
The largest city in terms of land area and city population east of the Mississippi with a P in it is Indianapolis.
So, no offense to anyone who lives in Indiana, but I completely forgot that Indiana existed.
Just so you know, Indianapolis is big.
It's a big city.
It's really
It is
big.
361 square miles. It's one of the largest city capitals in the country and has 867,000 city residents. It is huge. St. Paul has a bigger metro area,
But it's
which is why I made
West
the
Bank.
clarification that we're not talking about metro area.
Right, but St. Paul is West Bank of the Mississippi, isn't
yes,
it? Yeah.
no, it's east. It's
Is
east.
it really?
Yeah, Minneapolis is on the other side.
Oh, we really lucked out there.
So we were,
St. Paul was the second
we were
best
close.
answer.
but which is also wrong.
First loser.
Still wrong.
Very wrong.
Has the unique property of also being wrong.
Round 1, question 3. Your category is before and after. And this question comes to us from David Abalafia. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
This answer is what happens when you mix one of the 2020 Grammy winners for Best Music Video with an athletic competition that debuted in 1995 and had sponsorship by Advil, Taco Bell, and Mountain Dew.
We're locked in.
There, do you have Meow Meow?
How many meows?
we have like a tiny meow meow, a little amount of meow meow.
We
All
have
right.
like a
If for example you had a small hammer to give us the small amount of meow meows.
Meow Meow.
Your piece of it is right.
Right.
It's more like a Mew Mew.
Meow.
We're locked in. I don't know what's going
All
on
right.
over there, but we're locked in.
Let's hear it. They've already locked in.
we gotta
so
talk.
What are you
Yeah.
thinking?
Well, it's going to be a really short conversation. So X Games is what we're thinking is the sports competition. So the artist that would fit with that would be Lil Nas. So we're going to say Lil Nas X Games.
All right, y'all are saying Lil Nas X Games. What do we say over here?
We kind of all wrote down right away Lil Nas X Games. I think I got X Games first, but agree. Lil Nas X Games is what we locked in with.
Your correct answer is Lil Nas X Games. Good job. So, yeah, he was one of the winners because Old Town Road was won by him and multiple
Everybody
people.
else.
Right.
Yeah. All right. At the end of the first round, it is a tie score. It is 20-20. We're moving on to round 2. Round 2, question 1 comes to us by Joel Skelly. The category is sports.
Thanks, Joel.
Ontario, the largest of Canada's 10.
I'm over here feeling like I have to apologize after every weird thing that we do. Like, I'm so sorry.
That's not specific to you guys, sadly. I'm fascinated by how it's infiltrated the entire trivia universe. That no matter what pub trivia, national event, whatever you go to, sports gets the sports.
And this is where it started.
And Carmela, for what it's worth, I will not apologize for our weirdness. That is our brand.
Yeah. That tracks for you.
Yeah, sure does. All right, so Ontario, the largest of Canada's 10 provinces by population, is one of only it's not a true-false question. Is one of only 2 provinces with multiple NHL franchises.
Locked in.
What other Canadian province is home to 2 NHL teams?
Locked in.
Erin has
Hell yeah, she does.
All right. Quebec has the Canadians, yes.
Montreal.
Yeah.
But I don't think they have another.
Where's Edmonton?
Alberta.
Okay.
Calgary. It's Calgary. So
is also in Alberta. Yeah.
So we'll say
You sure about that?
See.
Positive?
This is what I think is beep. He's writing before and after and hockey questions, and he knew Erin was going to be on the show.
Yeah, so
That was on my rider.
They should have given me that right. Do I have any green M&Ms?
So Edmonton Oilers, Calgary Flames, they're both in Alberta.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right, they're saying Alberta. Erin, you had the Meow Meows over here.
Of course I did. I was actually talking about this very thing yesterday, that I'm trying to see an NHL game in every home arena, and some of them are going to have to be destination trips. Like I can't just drop in like I did in Vegas. Who goes to Winnipeg for another reason? And I mentioned that Alberta is that last year the Flames played the Oilers in one of the rounds of the playoffs, and they called it the Battle of Alberta. They're in the same province.
The Calgary Flames and the Edmonton Oilers are both in the province of Alberta. Good job.
I'm done, by the way.
That's her one.
That's her contribution. All right, round 2, question 2. Category is movies.
I'm definitely out.
And this comes to us from Bobby Drees.
Thanks, Bobby.
Thank you, Bobby.
Bobby. All right, this is a little bit long, so follow along here. Northern Irish character actor Declan Mulholland portrayed a now iconic villain in one singular scene in a classic 1977 film. The scene was ultimately deleted from the film's original theatrical release, though it was reinserted 20 years later, with Mulholland having been replaced with a CGI version of the character. What classic character credit was Mulholland so unceremoniously stripped of? C. Rob Dimitri likes that question.
We are locked in.
Oh, they're locked in. All right. Nick, Zahkia, and Kit, you guys can talk out loud.
Well, I think we're going to use our pass on this one.
Okay, no points for Nick.
No.
Good to know.
No. He does not speak for us.
Oh, okay.
I know you said you do know who was Darth Vader, but
David Prose was the guy in the Darth Vader costume.
because I was going to say that like 97, 20 years later would be the peak era for George Lucas, like re-editing.
What about like Jabba the Hutt? Like, is it the guy in the Jabba the Hutt costume?
But they didn't cut the scene with him in it. He's in it. I was wondering if, I know you say you know the guy that was in the Darth Vader costume.
It's
but
David Prose.
I know. But I'm saying maybe in one scene he took off the helmet and it was a different guy just for that scene. That's all.
The only time you see David Prose in the whole thing is in the third one when they take off the helmet.
Right, but was David Prose in the first, like, the other two?
Yes.
How are you so sure if you didn't see him? Nick,
if you look,
Prove it negative, Nick.
I like how this is like every trivia. How are you so sure that he was the president?
That's, wait, yeah. Is George Washington the first president? Yeah, prove it.
Quiz. Yes.
I mean,
All right, hold on. Let me look it up and I'll show it to you.
Put your phone down, Nick.
So 77 does check with Star Wars. It does check with those re-releases.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't have anything other than that. Like, what character was cut from the original Star Wars? Like Boba Fett? Was Boba Fett cut from the original Star Wars and then they replaced him with CGI later? No, because that's the other guy
And it
that I
has to
can't
be a
name.
villain too. So
Boba Fett's a villain.
okay,
An anti-hero at the worst.
okay, guys, get ready to boo.
Okay.
I haven't seen any Star Wars.
Boo.
Thank you. That was expected.
I respect it.
Yeah. You would.
Okay, so I don't know why I'm so arguing so hard for this thing. I have only pop culture
I need you guys to
familiarity
come
with.
for an answer here.
We have nothing. I mean, we can name a random character that was cut out of what random character was cut out of Star Wars? It's not Star Wars. I'm just looking around the room.
Close your faces,
You have
everybody.
10 seconds.
So, Nick, think Darth Vader, Jabba the Hutt, or Boba Fett?
5.
They're all in the
Choose one.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
All right, they locked in Boba Fett. Over to my right.
I am here for giving orders, Zahkia. That was awesome. Yes, ma'am.
I am a mother.
Erin, Carmela, and Buzzy. What were y'all thinking?
So we clued in pretty quickly. 97 or 77 to 97 is going to be Star Wars. My first instinct was Greedo, but Buddy came in clutch.
What did you
Buzzy,
call me?
I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Are we not friends?
Erin, Erin, Buddy is not short for Bustifer, okay?
I spent a good portion of yesterday calling Paul Phil, so I don't know what is happening to
Phil.
me. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, so
So I'm sorry.
our thought process here was that I certainly remember the scene in Empire Strikes Back where you see the Emperor, but in the versions of the original Star Wars, you see Darth Vader, but maybe there's the scene where he talks to the Emperor, but maybe that was in the re-release where he talks to him. And so
I swear to God, if you say Darth Vader, I'm leaving.
No. So our answer was the Emperor.
Fair.
Okay, so we have Boba Fett on one side.
Peter is shaking his head. I'm bringing Peter into this.
And the Emperor on the other side.
Palpatine,
So
Emperor Palpatine.
Did anybody in the room see the CGI stuff?
Oh.
Yeah. So everybody who saw that remembers this really weird scene in the original Star Wars movie that was re-released in 97 where Han is being threatened by Jabba the Hutt telling him, better have my money. Right? when you see it in the movie, it's CGI, but in the original Star Wars filming, it's just a fat dude in a black cloak. His name was Declan Mulholland. The answer is Jabba the Hutt.
Nick, you got it wrong.
10 points to the audience, because apparently the only 6 people in the room that didn't know that are up on stage.
Yeah, I would especially like to apologize to Addie, who was the most animated in the audience. He really wanted us to know that, and we did not.
Kid, I would like to argue that there are only 5 people on stage who didn't know that answer.
All right.
I don't know why you're saying that to her.
Okay.
You chose.
Y'all can squabble at home later, all right? Round 2, question 3. Your category is food and love.
Food and love.
Food and love. Oh, yeah.
It would take a minute for us to explain that to you.
Shout out to Ben.
I just, I honestly just want to see the entire recording of Carmela explaining each one of these.
All right, so this is what this show is.
If you look at the book, it's just diagrams, and
Director's
drawings, and
commentary.
sketches.
This is going to be somewhere around episode number 450. We have had a lot of time to build up
The
inside
lore,
jokes.
the deep lore.
Yeah, we've
You
been
guys have your
teasing
own wiki.
Shout out to Sean Anderson, who submitted this question, by the way.
Thanks, Sean.
What fruit is named for the Aztec word for testicle? According to Aztec culture, was so sexually powerful that virgins were banned from eating them. Do we have a 3, 2, 1 situation?
We're locked in over here.
Yeah. I think
We can
we
three,
could
two, one
3,
it.
2, 1.
Yeah.
All right, I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1. Avocado is the
Avocado.
correct answer.
I have some good color for avocado. Would you like
Let's hear
color
it.
for avocado?
Absolutely.
It's green.
Did she steal
Only
your
on the
thunder?
inside.
Brown.
In Brazil, they eat avocado as like a dessert. They think it's really weird that we all eat avocados like as a savory thing. But they're different avocado. They're texturally differently, and they put sugar on them. The pits are big. They're sweeter. But now it's become very trendy for them to have the American, Mexican style avocados, but they call it avocado, which is not the Portuguese word for an avocado.
Oh.
That's some good color.
I love that.
It's abacaxi in Portuguese, but avocado.
It's just getting more sexual as we go. Yes.
That's what she said.
Would you like some avocado? At the end of the second round, the score is 40-40. It is all tied up, and we're moving into round 3. Round 3, question 1. Your category is science. Thank you to Emmett Parker for this question.
Thanks, Emmett.
I like that you're now looking up with every category to see what they do.
To see if they're
No,
there.
I know that one. You guys don't get to claim that one. Thomas Dolby does.
Oh, no. Yes, we borrow liberally from Mr. Dolby. Yes. You'll hear people say that some things are cyclical, like fashion over the decades. The field of medicine yields another example with the modern practice of hirudotherapy, a form of therapy that is unique in its use of what? A thing that was also used in the past when medicine was as much magic as science.
Can you spell that?
HIRUDO therapy.
We'll take that answer.
We're going to lock in.
All right, they are locked in. You guys can talk out loud.
You guys can keep thinking, but we're locked in. We've already figured it out. If you need more time,
listen, buddy.
I missed it, but it sounds like it was a joke at my expense.
No, it wasn't. He said, "Listen, buddy."
Oh,
He says,
God.
No, it's
So it's a joke at my expense.
All right, so breaking down root words.
Here is hair. Nick, you were saying udo, something about pressure?
I don't know why, but I get for the suffix udo, I feel like it has something to do with pressure or massage or something along those lines. This is probably all
Are you
made
sure
up in
you're
my
not thinking
head.
like judo?
How does judo translate to pressure?
Martial arts. I don't know.
I don't know. So hair pressure, you come up with scalp massage, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't even listening to the question. I don't know what we're. What are we looking for?
Looking for Jonathan, what are we looking for?
I want you to tell me what is used in hirudotherapy. It is a form of therapy unique in its use of what? A thing that was also used in the past when medicine was as much magic as science.
I feel like it's going to be like a non-human. Like scalp massage doesn't involve.
It'll be that thing that you put.
Oh,
like,
okay.
You know, like it's that whatever that's called.
I mean, my
I love
thought
that
was
Nick
leeches.
is using hand gestures on an audio medium. It's really.
There are people in the room that can see me.
So we don't think it's leeches.
Leeches is a great answer. Why didn't you say something 10 minutes
Because you
ago?
guys were talking about
well,
hair.
interrupt us.
I will turn this podcast right around.
Leeches is an amazing answer.
Okay, well then let's say it.
Yeah, I like leeches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Forget
Ignore
everything
everything we just said.
You know what?
Leeches, please.
Peter,
not
can you
editing
please,
any of
Peter,
that.
cut out the last 5 minutes of the podcast. Thank
Joel,
you.
don't you touch it. All right.
I'll
what
be
do we
more
have?
obnoxious next question.
What did we have over here?
I claimed authority as the person who lives in Los Angeles and is hip to the alternative medical treatments and went right in with leeches.
The correct answer is, in fact, leeches. Good job.
I don't like
What's
that
that?
at all.
They're back.
You
They're
know
back
what?
in pog form.
baby.
Also, so the earliest documented record of leeches being used for medical purposes, they appear in a painting in an Egyptian tomb around 1500 BC. They were using leeches way, way, way back.
So we got measles, we've got leeches, like
Everything
you
old
know.
is new again.
Cyclical.
All right, round 3, question 2. Your category is music.
Music.
David Abeloffia wrote this question. Thank you, David.
Thanks, David.
Boy, Nick, you sound so enthused.
That's because I know the kinds of questions that David writes.
I find it interesting that you all ask, you thank the person before you've heard the question. I'm like, well, let's see. Let's see if we like it before we give any thanks.
So here at Trivial Warfare, we appreciate the effort.
Because if you're writing the questions, it means we're not writing the questions.
That's why love it. Keep submitting questions.
So your music question. A common man should be able to provide this turn for a short piece of music played by brass instruments and trumpets, usually for ceremonial purposes.
We're locked in.
We're also locked in.
All right. Then I want to hear you say your answers at the same time in 3, 2, 1.
Fanfare.
A fanfare is the correct answer. Big clue there. Fanfare for the Common Man was written by Aaron Copland to honor soldiers from World War II.
Thank you, David.
Well, hold on. You may not thank David yet because round 3, category 3, also from David. Your category is business.
Is this the third David Abeloffia question?
It is.
It is the third David Abeloffia question.
Wow, are you lazy?
Was that a question or an observation?
Yes.
Yes.
Did I get the other two correct? Did we get the other two correct?
You're a member of a team, Buzzy.
I think so.
Not for long.
Yes. Lil Nas X and Fanfare
keep it
were the
coming,
last
David.
two. Here we go. David asks, actresses Shelley Hack, Lauren Hutton, Sharon Stone, and Cindy Crawford all appeared as confident and fabulous working women in commercials for What Perfume, which was launched in 1973 and named for the founder of Revlon Cosmetics.
We're locked in.
All right, you guys can talk out loud.
I just want everyone to know that I got the Christian Louboutin question last night.
Yeah, you
and
did.
I'm not getting this.
We're not doing so great right now.
We're mad at David again.
Yeah.
Thank you, David.
Whoa. We don't know if our answer is right yet.
Well, should I share the only thing that came into my big dumb brain?
I think
Absolutely.
you should.
Liz Claiborne was the name that came into my head. What you're looking at them? What was the face?
Zahkia made a face. It was a lovely face. It looked like an O-fuck
And what we were
face.
talking about, like, did Liz Claiborne, was that already a cosmetics
Right.
brand?
I'm trying to think of anything else that Liz Claiborne did, like any skincare or anything like that.
But that stuff could have come after
Yeah,
they like had
that's true.
an astronomically successful perfume. I've really got nothing. I feel like Liz Claiborne sounds like a working girl, doesn't she?
When you say it like that, yeah.
Elaborate
I
on
mean,
that?
with that intonation, sure.
I mean, I have nothing else to contribute, and that's a guess, so that's better than anything I would be able to provide.
And a lot of the other perfumes I'm thinking of are with names are for like Chanel and things like that. And that's not going to be it. I'm good with going with Liz Claiborne.
Okay.
It's at the very least a woman's name.
It is a woman's name that we've heard before in this general field.
Yes, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
All right, you're saying Liz Claiborne. What do we have over here?
So I'm a frag head. I like perfume a lot. I also, through William C.C. Claiborne, very, very, very distantly related to Liz Claiborne. So that is what the face was about.
Wow.
How could you not figure that out from her facial expression, Erin?
It's on me.
Very distant relative. We don't talk. But
What'd you do?
She knows what she did.
well,
Did your relative create Revlon?
no.
Damn it!
This I remember this because this was the name that Padma Lakshmi wanted to use in high school because she didn't want to be Padma. And I'm like, it is a name that begins with an A. I was like, Anjali, that was a perfume in the 70s. And then Kit came in with Angelique. And I'm pretty sure it's Angelique.
I'm hoping there's a reason that popped in my brain because
Yeah.
I am not confident myself.
I was also there.
Zahkia is confident. Zahkia is confident on my behalf.
I felt pretty good about it.
So we have an Angelique versus a Liz Claiborne. Does anybody know the name of the founder of Revlon Cosmetics? His name was Charles Revlon. The perfume is Charlie. Charlie is the perfume I was looking for.
Not have gotten that.
No.
Kindly go beep yourself, David.
Wait. Nick, don't you have a child
Respectfully.
named Charlie?
I do have a daughter named Charlie.
Oh, no.
Was she named after the perfume?
And my wife did get the question right. And she has a phone, and I have mine out in front of me, and she refused to text me the correct answer. So whose fault is that?
Can we make a mid-game replacement? Nick's wife, please.
I'm not
Switch
totally
one
against
grows
it.
for another.
please.
So at the end of the third round, it is still a tie. It is 60-60. This is a tight game. We're going to go into the midpoint. Your category is movies. And this comes to us from Matt Bauer.
I like how I've influenced the pod now.
Thank you, Matt. Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson have famously become best friends doing movies together. They have done 5 movies together. Name those 5 movies. This does include voices.
Jonathan, you said name 4 out of 5?
No, for 4 points each, name 5.
So you want, there are 5 of them, but you only want us to name 4 of them for full credit.
That is incorrect, but you can just submit 4 if you want.
Where's the line drawn on this as far as like announced but unreleased movies that exist?
All of these have been released.
Okay, so the correct answer has to be a released movie.
Yes. You guys have about a minute left.
We are reluctantly locked in.
All right. Kit, Zahkia, and Nick, talk out loud.
All right, we immediately had 4. Like there was 4 that there are no questions about. We had
Must
Jumanji.
be nice.
Yeah, we had Jumanji 1 and 2, the remake and the other remake.
You gotta have some names there, bro.
Why?
Because
you want like Jumanji : Into the Jungle or whatever? Is that what you want? Is
I
that
would
what
like that.
they have?
Don't you point at
That's what I'm
us,
asking
sir.
for. I want more than Jumanji 1 and 2.
Oh, well, then we're
Beep.
We're still talking out loud.
The 6 of us could
You guys
easily
can-
overpower him if we decided.
You know exactly what we're talking about.
I don't know.
So the first Jumanji remake was, I believe, Welcome to the Jungle. I think it was : Welcome to the Jungle. I don't remember what the back to the. I don't know what the second one is. All right, there was the one where The Rock was fat and then became the CIA.
Yeah, that
agent.
was Central Intelligence.
Central
That
Intelligence.
one's for
So
sure.
we got that one where they were like high school friends, and then the other one that we pretty quickly came up with, we think, was Super Pets, where they were. It was the animated movie, and then the last one we had no idea. We started going through The Rock's entire film catalog, which is far deeper than you would think it should be.
I need an answer.
It's not Walking Tall. We're not
We said
really.
Rampage.
Yeah, we went with Rampage.
All right, so
Rampage.
give me your answers again.
Super Pets, Central Intelligence,
Rampage.
Rampage, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, colon. No, if you look at the poster, it's a semicolon.
I bet it's not.
He said that we needed more than that.
He said you needed more than just Jumanji 1 and Jumanji 2. So it could be Jumanji.
All right, so it's Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, and Jumanji 2.
Yep, I like it.
That
I'm very
differentiates
confident
between
about
the two.
this. Yes.
Is that all of them? Are you done?
I believe they are done. What
I
do we have on this
definitely don't
team?
have anything left worthwhile.
Y'all are making this very challenging to score.
Well, you're the one who put that beep rule in there.
If you want credit for Jumanjis, you got to remember that there's a Jumanji.
Not
that
the
existed.
Robin Williams. Everybody
That's
knows we're
Jumanji
not
1,
talking
bro.
about the Robin
That's
Williams
Jumanji
Jumanji.
1. You're
being way
I
too harsh
said
about this.
not that one.
What do you
the
got?
other ones.
So we said Hobbs and Shaw, which we don't think is right. Secret Life of Pets 1 and 2.
We knew there was a pet thing. We just went with the Super Pet Secret Life of Pets. That's not on us. That's on the studios.
And then we said Jumanji and Jumanji The Next Level.
The next level is the right answer.
Semicolon.
Jumanji M dash the next level.
Hey, so look, Jonathan's over here going, well, if you don't have the name of the key grip, I can't give you the credit for the...
I feel Nick is getting upset. What do y'all think?
I think it's about time for
I
a
am
drink.
cranky.
You are cranky.
Is cranky. So I will probably be lenient here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, benevolent overlord.
Except for Nick's team. Jonathan, I appreciate you.
Correct answers are Central Intelligence, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
Semicolon. Look at the poster.
A semicolon
it's a colon,
a
dude.
dot and a comma.
A comma.
No,
Yeah, that
but it
wasn't
should be 2 dots.
It's 2 dots.
Not on the poster. There's a colon on the bottom. Nobody looks at the poster.
I believe Nick is trolling everyone.
Am I stuttering?
No, you're just wrong. I'll take Jumanji for that one over here. Hobbs and Shaw, Fast and Furious Hobbs and Shaw is correct.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I really thought that was
Look
wrong.
at us.
Kevin Hart plays a small role.
Doesn't
as an
he
air
always?
marshal.
Thank you. I'll see you guys next time.
That's the line of the podcast. Yes, go.
Jumanji, The Next Level is correct, and the DC League of Super Pets is correct.
Wait a minute, Jonathan. So you're giving them credit for Jumanji colon the next level?
And you're getting credit for Jumanji too.
I gave you credit for Jumanji too.
Okay,
Right. No,
cool.
it was 4-3.
You got 4-3.
We made ground. We're winning. Shh.
Oh, now it's okay.
Yeah, totally cool now.
I see now. All right, I'm going to make up the scores here. With 76 points, we have this team. With 72 points over here, 76 to 72.
That's going to sound great
Jonathan.
on the audio.
Also a
Look,
podcast.
all right. So Nick, Zahkia, and Kit have 76 points. Buzzy, Carmela, and Erin have 72. Round 4, question 1. Category is music.
Music.
Question comes from Clinton Reese. Thank you, Clinton.
Thanks, Glenn.
Paul Simon won the Grammy Award for Album of the Year in 1976 in the 1976 ceremony for his album Still Crazy After All These Years. In his acceptance speech, he thanked which artist for not putting an album out that year, as that artist had won the award the previous 2 years, most recently for Fulfillingness First Finale in 1975.
I think we can lock in. And we locked in. So
Fulfillingness First Finale was the 75 album that won Album of the Year.
Reluctantly locking in.
We have to give our answer out loud because it's our turn.
We're going to go with Stevland Morris, a.k.a. Stevie Wonder.
Yep.
Steveland Judkins.
all right. So Carmela looked over here and said, hey, did Zahkia lock that one? And I made her a little face, and I think she read my face a little bit.
The person from the Motown area, did she lock it in first?
I mean, I did, but that's not why I locked it in first. I locked this in first because I took a wild ass guess on this on Learned League, and it was right a couple seasons ago. But the answer is from the Motown era. Same thing. Stevie Wonder is, well, yeah, there we go.
So are both teams saying Stevie Wonder?
But I also said his government name, so I think we should get
Steveland Morris Judkins.
Stevland.
Yeah. It's Steveland.
We're not arguing over that. The correct
We
answer
literally are
is-
arguing over it.
The correct answer is Stevie Wonder. Good job. And I've completely bypassed the scoring from the midpoint in order to have a valid score.
All right.
Just remind me. They get 16, they get 12. I'm going to need that reminder in the future. Round 4, question 2. Your category is science.
Science.
That was well done. Question comes to us from Paul Reed. Thank you, Paul. We're going to talk about erections. Cutest.
Did you just pause for applause after saying the word erections?
Do you not?
I did. I didn't know if that was going to happen, but I did, yes.
When you get to his age, anytime it happens, you do want some applause.
At the very least, recognition of some kind.
Cutis and serena is the medical term for a piloerection. P-I-L-O erection. Piloerection is a reflexive response caused by contractions of the erector pili muscles, but about 1 in 1,500 people can produce them on command. What is the common name for piloerections?
What was that scientific name that you said at the beginning?
Cutis and serena.
Well, I believe won Wimbledon a couple of years ago.
Locked in.
You don't get bonus points for locking in.
I'm just making it harder for you.
But we also already have an answer.
All right, so I want to hear this team. You guys have an answer. What were you thinking?
You came up with, we don't need to lock in. We can talk it out loud. We can say what our
we
entire...
haven't locked in, but we are going to
Well, let's figure this out. Come on.
Right.
Everything is better than my answer that was in my head of the Dominion Rod from Legend of Zelda. Yeah, someone knows it, but Kit had some.
Yeah,
good
when you
stuff.
were describing that, the first thing that came to my mind was Goosebumps, which I think that rang a bell for some reason. So something about all of the erection talk made me think Goosebumps. So. No,
I have several follow-up
I think
questions.
I've heard the scientific name for that, and I think it matches up. So yeah.
I just had the worst image of Goosebumps on an actual erection.
I thought you were going to say like every goosebump being a tiny little penis.
I got to go.
There's also that, but that's not what I was thinking of.
I'm just saying our team broke it down into perfect teamwork. She came up with the Legend of Zelda joke.
God, shut
she
up.
had the right answer, and I provided the... Never mind. Go
And
ahead.
Nick also ran.
I'm getting a call from my agent telling me that being on this podcast might be bad for my career.
Yeah, it might be.
Honestly, it's not doing great for mine. What did y'all say?
R.L. Stein's Goosebumps. No, just Goosebumps.
Cutis and serena is Greek for goose skin. The answer is goosebumps. Yeah. Wow. And Paul literally said, I figured you would enjoy an erection question when he sent this in. So he knew.
Do you and
just leave
Paul
off
often
question.
talk about your erections?
I mean, never before, but maybe in the future. Round 4, question 3. Your category is It's the Law. This question comes
What
to
the
us.
hell? Sorry, go
Aaron
ahead.
is a lawyer.
Question comes to us from Jackie LaFave. In 1992, non-prescription chewing gum was banned in what country? The ban was supported by the country's first prime minister, Lee Kuan Yew. This country also has bans in place for traveling on buses with a
Locked
durian,
in.
vaping, and drinking alcohol in public places between 10:30 and 7 a.m.
We haven't
locked in.
we haven't consulted with Nick, but we're locked in also.
So, I got a 3, 2, 1
Are
here.
you my wife?
3, 2, 1.
Singapore.
It's such a weird thing to have a 3, 2, 1 on. Singapore is a correct answer. Good job.
Unless there is any allegations of collusion, I am not licensed to practice law in Singapore. So
Yet.
why
You'll
did you
get
make that
there.
sound like a threat?
If you work real hard, you'll get there. I believe in you.
She doesn't have to work really hard. She can just buy a ticket.
Yeah, I guess I can just go.
You can just
I'm an
fly.
adult.
All right. So at the end of the 4th round, score is 90 to nope. Score is
Plus 16 and plus
106
12.
to 102.
Yeah.
Nick, Zahkia, and Kit are in the lead by 4.
Yeah.
We're going to round 5. First question category is award winners. Thanks to Shaz Iqbal for this question. Which famous author won an Oscar in 1947 for Best Documentary Feature with Design for Death, and another one in 1951 for Best Animated Short with Gerald McBoing Boing?
I thought we were done with the erection talk.
That's a great name.
Can you read that again?
Sure.
No, we're locked in.
No, he was asking me.
No, I know, but I like being mean to Nick, and I think other people seem to like it too.
Welcome to the crowd. Yeah, it's a 1947 author who won an Oscar. What are authors that have won Oscars?
Is Kevin Hart an animated short?
Ooh, is this Dr. Seuss?
Has Dr. Seuss won an Oscar? Gerald McBoing Boing sounds like Dr. Seuss. Designed for Death, less
Sounds
so.
like a doctor.
Not Dr. Seuss though.
He did some adult books, I believe.
Yeah.
Adult
Like
adult books, or
And we're back to erection.
I'm not going to specify.
That was definitely Roald Dahl.
so are we gonna for documentary?
I don't know about the I don't know about the documentary or Oscars or anything. I'm just saying, Design for Death sounds like a doctor. Gerald McBoing Boing sounds like Dr. Seuss, and yeah,
I like it.
I think that sounds great. And we can for extra measure, just to make Buzzy look good, we can lock in with Theodore Geisel if you'd like.
Oh yes, absolutely. We should do that.
Yeah, and then if they logged in with Dr. Seuss, that's obviously wrong.
Dr. Theodore Geisel.
How does that make Buzzy look good?
If he wants to use people's real names instead of their stage names.
You've seen his haircut, right? And I think it looks fine.
This is honestly, I have never been more jealous of somebody's suits in my entire
Me neither.
life.
That's right.
Yeah. That is the correct feeling to have.
And his ability to go to France to get them.
I can go to France to get them. That's not hard. I don't look like that when I wear them. That's the problem.
So your answer was?
Yes.
Dr. Seuss. Dr. Theodore Geisel.
All right. Buzzy, Erin, and Carmela, what were you thinking?
Well, as Theodore Geisel, he is not a doctor, I don't believe. But Dr. Seuss, which is actually the correct pronunciation of his mother's maiden name.
Did we just have an actually? A little bit of good job brain there. Actually, Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss. Although he did say he accepted the pronunciation as Seuss because it rhymed with Mother Goose. It was Mother Goose and Dr. Seuss.
Mm-hmm.
Your correct answer is Theodore Geisel, Dr. Seuss. So Design for Death, apparently, it's kind of hard to find information on it, but it has something to do with the U.S. occupation of Japan after World War II. So some dark stuff.
But Yertle the Turtle makes an appearance.
All right, round 5, question 2. Your category is history.
History. Me too.
It looks like this comes to us from Natalie Anderson, so thank you to Natalie. And Natalie's from Australia, by the way.
Ooh.
And she visited the U.S. and then sent us this question. The death of siblings Mary, aged 76, and Robert, aged 81, brought an end to the direct lineage of which notable U.S. figure? For added context, Mary died in 1975, and Robert died in 1985, both childless and both of natural causes. You guys have about a minute left.
We're locked in.
All right, they're locked in. You guys have like 15 seconds.
We went all over the place. So the first thing that came to mind was maybe that was the end of like the John Tyler direct line, because that's like a lineage trivia thing, but it doesn't fit because the years don't make sense and it's brothers, not a brother and sister. So we discarded that. So we started looking for famous, like I immediately then went to like, industrialists of the early 1900s. Like, is it a Carnegie? Is it a Vanderbilt? Is it the end of the Kennedy line? Is it the end of right? And everything got discarded because it's obvious that it's not right. And we came down and sort of settled on Lindbergh.
Charles Lindbergh.
Yeah, that it's the last of the Lindbergh line.
Okay.
Because that's a name that I don't hear very often anymore.
All right, you guys said Lindbergh. What do we say over here,
Probably
Buzzy?
more likely because he was a Nazi than because his family's all dead, right?
There can be multiple reasons.
We clued in on 2 things, I would say. The name Mary and the natural causes.
Right.
And we ran out of ideas very quickly.
Really was the Mary thing at first. I'm like, well, why would he point out its natural causes?
We asked you to reread the question because we were hoping desperately for something in it to confirm our guess. And natural causes was the only thing that seemed superfluous isn't even the right word, but like, why would you mention that unless the person whose lineage they ended did not die of natural causes?
So we went with, I want to shout out to Ryan Bilger, who is currently a guide at Ford's Theater here in D.C. We went with Lincoln.
Interesting.
It's probably wrong.
Your correct answer, Honest Abe himself, Abraham Lincoln.
This is what winning feels like.
That is exactly the things to clue in on. That was Perfection.
That's how you
That
do
was
it, folks.
teamwork.
That was a master class. You guys, the lane
taking notes?
was right there.
I mean, and
I get half credit for half the right name.
The first five things I said it was a presidential thing. Like we had to figure it out, but we just couldn't come up with anything.
All right, round 5, question 3. Your category is sports.
Sports.
And your question writer was Jonathan Foose. Thank you, Jonathan. What Major League pitcher and Hall of Famer was the first pitcher in the league to record a 50-save season after previously recording a 20-win season? His career spanned 5 different teams across 24 seasons.
What's a save?
I could explain it to you, but you're on not my team.
I already got my sports question. Y'all are on your own.
I mean, I remember that it started with a W. I wouldn't have gotten it.
I mean, that's a better answer than anything I could come up with. So we're gonna lock in.
All right, they're locked in. You guys should talk out loud.
I'm talking about the fact that Randy Johnson once made a bird explode.
I mean, I feel really bad for that bird, but
No, just a regular baseball-shaped bullet.
He threw a baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, you never seen that?
Ixnay on the iron.
Yeah, you got to Google that, bud. I don't know the answer.
I'm not so good at sports. I just started writing down baseball players.
I think those are all
That pitch,
pitchers.
that
Yeah,
pitch,
that's
yeah.
yes, that's what we want.
We definitely want pitchers, and I am unfortunately very useless in this category.
you definitely want pitchers. You definitely do not want belly itchers.
Yeah.
It's just generally true.
So
You.
It's a T column for a pro and a con. Got it.
like I have literally nothing to go on here.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm very okay with doing a Lucky Johnson and going with Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson.
All right, we got Randy Johnson over here. What were y'all thinking?
The hardest part about this question is 20 wins and then 50 saves. Like immediately you go to, okay, if you have that many saves or that many wins, you go to like a Mariano Rivera who could
course you do.
theoretically have had a 20-win season at the end.
But he only played for the Yankees.
But he only played for the
Yeah, that's why
Yankees.
we
So that
immediately ruled him out.
immediately discarded
That's why we
that.
didn't write him down.
Right, yeah. So, but that's where originally your head goes to, like, how do you get 20 wins and without playing both positions? And then I started going through a whole bunch of stuff, and then Kit said, "What about the guy with the knuckleball?" And it immediately made me
Tim
think,
Wakefield?
Tim Wakefield, and he played for so many different teams.
where were
and
you
toward
2
the
minutes
end of his career?
It's the only
Toward the end of
baseball
his
player
career.
I care about.
He was a closer, and he did play for at least 3 teams that I can think of, and he did play for like 22 seasons. So that's a starting pitcher and a closer and a guy who played for multiple teams. It's probably Sandy Koufax, but we went with Tim Wakefield.
All right, so I have Tim Wakefield. I have Randy Johnson. Now, a lot of you might be thinking about John Smoltz right now.
Of course.
Yeah, how could we forget Mr. Smoltz?
But John Smoltz was not the first.
Oh,
It also was not Randy Johnson or Tim Wakefield.
Okay.
Okay, we'll take
That's
it.
fine, yeah.
The correct answer's face was on our quiz packet last night. Dennis Eckersley is your correct
You act like
answer.
I remember who that guy
Is
was.
that why you looked at him and were like, this is Dennis Eckersley?
Yes, that is exactly
That's
why I was
why-
like, this is Dennis
We all looked at
Eckersley.
you and were like, how did you do that? You son of a...
I did not know who Dennis Eckersley was before I walked into this room, and by the time I walk out of this room, I will not know who Dennis
Gone
Eckersley
forever.
is.
In one ear, yeah.
All right, neither team got that right. So at the end of the 5th round, the score is 116 for Nick, Zahkia, and Kit to 122 for Buzzy, Carmela, and Erin. It is a tight game. We are going to get going with round 6. Round 6, question 1. Your category is literature. Literature. All right, this is from Clint Gibbons. I'm thinking of 2 poems written by the same author and addressed to 2 different animals. The first animal is described as wee, sleeket, corin, temris beastie. The second is ye ugly, creepin', blasted water. Name both animals which differ only by a single letter.
Describe them again.
Wee, sleeket, corin, temris beastie. The second one is ye ugly, creepin', blasted water.
Locked.
All right. Buzzy just said they are locked in. You guys can talk out
In
loud.
the mic, yeah.
Okay.
I don't even
So
know if I
that
need to
definitely
be here,
sounds
honestly.
that sounds Scottish to me.
Right. Plus,
Also,
Addie can't stay in his seat.
Addie is
Yeah.
very animated again.
Yeah.
After we give the correct answer and you give whatever answer you're going to give, can we make him say it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I assume that
Actually, now
question
that would be a
was in here.
Sporkle contradiction
Yeah.
of having him come up to pronounce a Scottish answer.
So I think the first thing I feel like is the origin of Best Laid Plans of Mice and Men. I feel like comes from a Robbie Burns thing, and I think it might be the wee sleek beastie. So that would be mouse, if that is the case, or mice. I don't know if they have moose in Scotland, but that would differ by one letter from mouse. I'm purposely not looking at Addie because I feel like it will.
No, look at Addie.
I know, but
Addie, cover your face with
Everybody
that flag.
look at Addie.
close your face, Addie. I mean, don't close it because I'm on this team.
Open your face.
Louse, I guess, would also be one letter off.
So what's the description of the burden of the blasted
Wee
thing?
sleekish.
No, the other one.
It is a
The bad one.
Ye ugly creepin' blasted wanner.
Oh, creepin'. That could be a louse. I feel like that's more likely to be in Scotland. I do not think they have moose there.
Yeah, I don't think moose plural, moose creep either.
Yeah. I mean, they do not lack. They're not a subtle beast.
Yeah, so
Have you seen a moose? They are gigantic.
They're large. They're very big animals. Yeah.
so I like mouse and louse. I don't.
Yeah.
Need you
Mouse
guys to
and
come around
moose.
to an answer.
I think, and now that I'm saying louse out loud, I feel like that rings a bell in relation to the poetry of
Yeah,
Robbie Burns.
They definitely rhyme.
and the lice creep. So yeah.
Yeah.
Mouse and louse.
Mouse and louse over here. All right. Buzzy, what did your team say?
There's something so unsatisfying about like knowing it and then having them just
So
stumble into
let me
it.
tell you a little something about playing with Jonathan Oakes.
Yeah.
I knew the mouse half of it. We stumbled into the louse.
Yeah,
half.
to a mouse, to a louse. There are moose in Europe.
In
But
Scotland?
In Scotland?
Not with that attitude, they don't. Let's get Addie up here. Get him up here. I want to hear it. I paid good money to hear this guy say to a mouse and to a louse.
All right, Addie, can you read these descriptions for me?
We slick it curran timorous beastie. And the second is you ugly creeping blasted oneer.
There you go.
And it is Robbie Burns, and it is to a mouse and to a louse. Both teams get credit.
Which is where I am myself I'm from. So.
Exactly. Thank you, Addie.
Totally understood what he just said.
He's from Dumfries.
All right, round 6, question 2. Your category is things that are blank. This is brought to
Advantage,
us.
Nick.
By the way, this round is Clint Gibbons' round.
Is it Nick's
All
stare?
3 question. Nick does a show in my
Nick's face.
network
Things that
called
are
Things
It's my.
That Are Blank.
It's what's behind my eyes. It's my soul.
All right. I'm going to read you a passage with a single word redacted multiple times. This is one word, same word for every redaction. What single word correctly fills in the blanks? My blank is my best friend. I must master it as I must master my life. My blank without me is useless. Without my blank, I am useless. My blank is human, even as I, because it is my life. Thus I will learn it as a brother. Fill in the blank.
Is that right?
I think it's
Right. Oh, no, it is. I mean, that was the first thing that came to mind. All right, we're locked in.
All right, they're locked in. We get to go to you guys. What are you thinking?
We've got it narrowed down to a species of firearm. Buzzy wrote gun, Carmela wrote rifle. I think this is what ends with there are many guns, but these are mine, or something like that. And I'm pretty sure it is gun.
That's why I initially thought rifle.
Yeah.
There were many like it, but
These
this
are
one's mine.
yeah, these are mine. Yeah. Well, okay, you might be right. I might be. I don't know. Y'all fight it out. I'm confident it's one of the two.
Okay, so me and Buzzy have to fight it out. All right, cool.
Joe,
We're
who you
playing
got?
for nothing, right?
No, we're playing for nothing. There's no money in this.
Pride.
Pride.
Do you want to lose to Nick?
Oh. Well,
I mean, you know he will post that.
That's fine.
What if we lose to Nick?
Often. Keep in mind, I beat Austin Rogers last year, so you'll be in good company.
oh.
It definitely had nothing to do with the fact that
I beat Austin Rogers too. You don't hear me bragging about it.
What? Like it's hard?
Like Muffy didn't carry.
I
your
don't
ass
want to
across
talk
the
about the
finish line.
fact that Muffy Morocco was on my team last year.
I'm pretty sure I just beat you in head-to-head podcast combat. So I think
Nobody listens to that show.
rude, sir.
I need an answer over here, guys.
See, I first thought gun, but I think that you are. I think you might be right about there are many rifles. This one is mine. Whatever. I don't know. Why are you both looking at me? Like you said you weren't going to do this. You explicitly said you weren't going to do this.
I would say gun.
Okay. I mean, both.
If it's rifle, I'm going to be so mad.
Yeah, that's
You're
the
gonna be
problem.
mad.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Let's go with rifle, so that if we're wrong, then it's
Then
Carmela's
it's
fault.
on you.
Then
I like
you can
that.
be mad. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
5 seconds.
Rifle locked in.
Rifle.
All right, they said rifle. What did we say over here?
So we were debating between two answers. One of them was rifle, and the other one was gun. We went with rifle
Both teams said rifle.
because this is the one that's for fighting.
The correct answer is rifle. This.
As I demonstrated, it's important to not believe in yourself.
Okay, so we've learned the wrong lesson.
This is an excerpt from the Rifleman's Creed or the Creed of the United States Marines.
Yeah, that's why it was familiar.
All right, good job. We are down to the last question of the main game before the gauntlet.
And we're still winning.
You are. Your category is language.
Language!
That's not a thing, Buzzy.
It is
But
now.
But it could be.
The term Lusophone, derived from the Latin word Lusitania, refers to people or countries who use what language?
Locked in.
With an estimated
Locked in.
270 million speakers.
Locked in. Stop asking the question.
I literally was talking to Peter about this last night at the diner.
Yes. Also came up in OQL this morning,
Also came up in the everyday Q&A calendar from last year.
which you can get at triviacalendar.com.
Well, you can get next year's at triviacalendar.com.
Masterful.
Yeah, so 3, 2, 1.
Portuguese.
What if I said the wrong answer? Oh my God.
You will.
Portuguese is the correct answer.
You will notice that. I don't know. You will notice that when we were doing 3, 2, 1, Nick was leaning back with his drink, not risking saying the wrong thing.
He didn't see what I wrote.
Going into the gauntlet, the score is 152 for Buzzy, Carmela, and Erin to 146 for Kit, Zahkia, and Nick.
Oh, shoot. Hold on a second. Let me change that formula real quick.
152 to 146. The way the gauntlet is going to work, I'm going to give you a category and ask you to make a wager. You will get 3 questions. If you get all 3 questions correct, you will earn your points. If you miss any of the questions, you will lose the points that you have wagered. 152 to 146, and your gauntlet category is a French gauntlet for Jonathan. This was written by Susie Becker. Your category is a French gauntlet for Jonathan.
Right after Buzzy was talking about his trips to France. Thanks.
Specifically for Jonathan?
It says a French gauntlet for Jonathan.
Okay.
I just want to say Carmela is an incredible ambassador for the show because I introduced myself to Buzzy last night and he was like, don't know anything about it. What should I know? And I'm like, you'll be fine. You decided not to know anything. And
Yeah, I wanted to come in blind.
How'd that go for you?
I could be better.
Okay. She's been sitting here patiently explaining everything to him, including what we're doing right this minute.
Can we Prices Right this where people shout out what they think we should wager?
I mean,
There's
all the numbers between 0 and 152 are available to you. They can
Okay,
shout
what
out
should we
any number
do?
you want.
That was less helpful than I hoped it would be.
Yeah.
I definitely heard dollar.
Yeah.
That's the only word I really heard.
Yeah, probably. It'll be funny if it's wrong.
This is what I get for caring.
Is your wager locked in?
Yeah, we're locked in.
All right, their wager's locked in. You guys got a wager over here?
Nope.
It's your wager. It is precious to you. What was the
There are many
Rifleman's Creed?
wagers. This one is mine.
You'll love it as
This is my
yourself.
wager.
My
This
wager is my
my
best
wager.
friend.
You know what? Fuck it.
My wager without
All right,
me
we're
is
locked
useless.
in.
Our wager's locked in.
All right, here we go. For your gauntlet in a French gauntlet for Jonathan. Question 1. What Paris landmark is named after the peaceful and beautiful mythological place where the souls of good people go after death?
All right.
Locked in.
We're locked in.
Jinx. Now they can't talk. Now he can't for the rest. He can't talk for the rest of the gauntlet. Those are the rules of Jinx. And they are sacred.
All right.
And just because we're on your little podcast doesn't mean Jinx doesn't count. Excuse me. We live in a society. Okay?
If we don't follow the rules, you think eliminating me from talking on the podcast is going to hurt this team in some
Nobody
way?
say his name.
All right. Question 2. What creamy mold-ripened cheese that softens on the inside as it matures is named for the northwestern French village where it originated?
We're locked in.
All right, they're locked in a creepy way.
Why are we doing this now? What was the decision tree just there?
Because it's the end of SporkleCon. This is literally the last event, and we've all lost our minds.
Nobody's slept in days.
I'm not a big.
I noticed Nick is talking. Oh, we went over this. He made a whole big thing about how it doesn't matter if he can talk or not.
Okay. We're locked in.
All right, they are locked in. Question 3. What automobile brand is named for the French explorer who founded Detroit, home of SporkleCon 2024, in 1701 and was the governor of Louisiana from 1711 to 1716?
Locked in.
I'm good with that. So we are locked in.
All right, everybody has locked in their answers. I'm going to go back through the questions and ask you for your answers, and then I'm going to reveal what the real answers are. The first question was about the Paris landmark named after the peaceful and mythological place where the souls of good people go after they die. Buzzy, Carmela, and Erin, what was your answer?
We went. I'm gonna beep up this pronunciation. The Champs-Élysées.
Killed it.
Kit, Zahkia, and Nick, what did you say?
Zahkia is in charge of all of these French pronunciation answers here.
Named, I believe, for Elysium. The correct answer, Champs-Élysées.
All right. Your second question, I wanted you to name a mold-ripened cheese. It was named after the northwestern French village where it originated. Nick, Zahkia, and Kit, what was your answer?
It's what you say to a slow ursine creature, Camembert.
Come on.
Oh my God.
Come on, Bear. It's a go, Bear. Come on. Let's go. Time to go potty. Come on.
All right.
Let's go pee-pee.
And Erin, Carmela, and Buzzy, what did you say?
It's what you say when you would like a mold-ripened soft cheese. Camembert.
And your third question, what automobile brand named after the French explorer who founded Detroit? Team Buzzy, Erin, and Carmela, what did you say?
Well, you know what we said.
Nick made me talk into the microphone.
The audience does.
and I
Oh,
gave-
It gets edited.
You guys have that technology.
We do.
I mean, I don't. Joel does.
Just this new thing called called
Buzzy, they make
Audacity.
me sound smart. That's how good they are.
No, we don't.
We can't make him sound good. We can make him sound smart.
We did talk a little bit, but we settled on Cadillac.
All right. And Kit, Zahkia, and Nick, what did you say?
I could never go home if I got this wrong. Correct answer, the explorer was Antoine de la Motte Cadillac.
I'm really glad that
All
sentence
right.
ended the way I hoped it did.
He hasn't given us the right answer. We are just clapping for Zakia's pronunciation.
Yeah.
So both teams answered the same for all three questions. Your correct answers. Number 1, the Paris landmark we were looking for was the Champs-Élysées.
Yay.
Question 2, the cheese we were looking for was, come on, Bear.
Maybe like a Robert.
Who just walked out.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Bear. And number 3, the automobile brand I was looking for was Cadillac. That means that both teams got the answer right. This is going to come down to wagers. Nick, Zahkia, and Kit, what did you wager?
So, contrary to how Erin feels about this, I am obviously I have a reputation on the show for being big at coming up with the appropriate wagers on things, right?
No.
You're just
Like, that's how everybody knows
you're just
me,
trying
right?
to look cool for the new guy. That's what's happening here.
No, so yeah, I put effort into this one. I actually thought about it. I figured if they bet to lock us out, they're going to bet 141. If we both get it right and they bet to lock us out, there's nothing we can do about it. So our best hope is to bet 134, hope we both get it wrong, and then we lose 12. We win 12 to 11. So we bet 134, but we got it right.
And so you had 146 plus 134. You will finish with 280 points. Fantastic
Which is a
score.
good score.
We're going to find out if Buzzy, Carmela, and Erin win based on their score, based on their wager. Carmela, I think your team just kind of gave this to you.
Just kind of gave it to me.
This is all you.
Well, we sort of gave it to her, and then she had a wager, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. Then the second she came up with another wager, I'm like, we're going with that one.
Yeah.
So here,
Because Buzzy's like, whatever you want to do it. And I was like, well, this is the most conservative wager. And he's like, all right, screw it. We'll bet everything. So we bet everything.
With a final score.
Wait. Somebody do the math for me.
With a final score of 304 to 280, your winners are Buzzy, Carmela, and Erin.
There are two numbers written on your notepad, and I did not know which one was our wager. The other number is 5.
Yeah, the other number was 5.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I was sweating. Good job.
That is going to wrap us up. A huge thank you to everybody who came out today. You all were amazing. A huge thank you to our guests, Kit and Buzzy. You all were amazing. And a huge thank you to SporkleCon for having us out again. This was a great time. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
So for Nick, for Zahkia, for Kit, for Buzzy, for Carmela, and for Erin, my name is Jonathan, and this has been another episode of Trivial Warfare, where it is not just trivia, it is war. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit ProPodcastingServices.com.
Do I have time for a nap?
Do you have time for a nap? Yeah, 30 seconds. Okay, all right. Hey, you're a dad. You can make that work.